everyone, Jess here from Glam. So you're off to a wedding. Aside from the gift, what to wear, and remembering to pack the confetti, choosing the right makeup also takes some careful consideration. You want makeup that lasts all day, and you want a look that works right the way from the ceremony through to the disco. And those pesky photographers get everywhere, so you want both sides to be a best side. For this look, I'm going to start with a colour correcting serum. I recently discovered this awesome one-step correct serum by Stila. Simply apply this all over your face with a foundation brush or even your fingers, concentrating on any problem areas like your T-zone. Next, I apply my foundation as usual. I'm using a cream foundation, but choose whatever works for you. Now I'm going to use some basic contouring techniques. I'm using Illamasqua's new sculpting palette, which is exclusive to Selfridges. I start by choosing a darker brown from the palette and brushing it into the hollows of my cheeks by sucking them in. Don't be intimidated by this, I know I look crazy, but once I've blended everything, you'll see the darker tones work to enhance my cheekbones. Using the grey from the palette, I brush along the line under my jawbone and carefully, with a smaller brush, either side of my nose. Next, I take the very light colour from the palette and brush it into the middle of my forehead, temples, cheekbones and jawline and start to blend it all together. I finish contouring by brushing a small amount of the same colour onto the ridge of my nose. I finish off my face with a little swirl of blusher. Next, I fill in my eyebrows. I'm using a Rimmel eyebrow pencil in Hazel. The trick here is to draw lots of little strokes rather than one thick line, following the arch of your brow at two separate angles. I love the little brush on the end of this pencil as it finishes everything off nicely. Now I move on to my eyes. As it's a daytime event, you don't want to go too heavy on the eyes. I start with a tiny amount of black eyeliner in the upper outer corner of my eyes. Now I take a dark brown eyeshadow and using an angled brush start to line my upper lids. Then I swap brushes, opting for a soft pointed eyeshadow brush. I use the grey from the Illamasqua sculpting palette and shade the outer corners of my eyes and socket line. Then I use more of the dark brown, building up on the outer corners of my eyes and again along the socket line, blending as I go. Now I take the pale highlighter from the sculpting palette and apply it to the inner corners of my eyelids. Then I use the sheer highlighter, also in the palette, to blend everything together and create a bit of a shimmer. I then use my angled brush to finish off my lower lids with a tiny bit of brown eyeshadow to create a little more definition. I finish my eyes off with mascara. My fave is Topshop's doe-eyed lashes, but if you're a bit of a blubber when it comes to weddings, then maybe go for a waterproof one. Wiggle the brush gently from left to right as you apply your mascara to separate each lash. Finally, I apply my lipstick. I would avoid a bright colour as you'll be reapplying it all day, and there's a good chance you'll smudge it on the bride's cheek at some point. I always line my lips first. I use a nude liner to match my lipstick and give my lips a little more definition. I then finish off with a nude lipstick. Pick one that matches your skin tone and never go too pale. Well, that's me ready. So now I just have to choose a hat and hope for some sunshine. Fingers crossed! Be sure to subscribe to Mode Stories UK for more videos like this one. See you next time!